Audio Jungle.
Thank you. Good morning. I've never been here. I should have been here before because you guys are making me feel like a rock star. Thank you very much. Thank you. Very, very kind. Thank you for the warm handshakes. Thank you for all the selfies. Thank you for showing up in such large number. Truly touched, truly delighted. Thank you very much. Infosys, Praveen, Nari, Manisha, Eric, Ajay Mishra ji, Jay Sanjan, and most importantly, to all the Infi guys and girls, thank you very much. Well, I'm here to talk about environment. I'm here to talk about a bunch of things that have nothing to do with information technology. Don't ask me why. Somebody called me young. After looking at all of you, I don't feel young anymore actually. I'm 42, so quite old. Really? Thank you. Two things. First, I'm informed by Nari and also your team that Infosys campus in Pocharam is completely off-grid. You guys do not depend on the electricity generated or supplied by the TS, SP, DCL. So my compliments, my congratulations to you on going off-grid, on being completely reliant on solar energy. Now you guys must know, you guys already possibly are aware of the fact that Telangana today is the #1 state in India on solar energy production. We have recently surpassed Gujarat with more than 3,300 megawatts of solar power being produced. We are the #1 state in India today. And hopefully in the next 2 years, we'll also continue to retain the position and we will be generating more than 5,000 megawatts of solar energy. Thank you, Eric, for inspiring us and also sharing with us all the UN programs and how the United Nations is also looking at India and also the various states in India as vital partners, as important partners, and especially important corporates like Infosys to play a very, very important role as well. Eric, I must share with you something which you truly would appreciate. The state government of Telangana under the leadership of our dynamic Chief Minister, Shri K. Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, has initiated one of the most ambitious, one of the most aggressive programs with respect to environment in our state. We call it Harita Haram, which essentially roughly translates into a green necklace for Mother Earth. Now as part of this program, we have decided this is in fact going to be the third largest effort in human history. Not in India, not in the world, but in human history. As part of this program, over a period of 5 years, we will be planting 230 crore saplings or 2.3 billion saplings. Essentially taking our green cover from 23% currently to 33%. As part of this program in the last 3 years, we've already planted 71 crore saplings and more than 39 crore saplings would be planted in the next 4 months right after the onset of monsoon. Now the other thing I also wanted to point out, the solar rooftop program, which is what currently is deployed in Infosys campus in Pocharam. More than 24 megawatts of energy has been generated through this solar rooftop program in our state, and another 20 megawatts is underway. This again is going to be a huge initiative with respect to a lot of important campuses, a lot of important institutions going off grid and relying completely on renewable energy. The other thing which we are also extremely proud of, Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation GHMC is the first corporation, is the first institution in India to have launched Energy Conservation Building Code, ECBC as we call it, and it is currently under implementation. It is the first initiative of any corporation, and I'm delighted that they have empaneled more than 35 agencies which will be issuing certificates, which will be taking up the cause of ensuring that our buildings are energy compliant as well. Another exciting initiative that I'm happy to share with you all is with respect to electric vehicles. We currently have more than 3,800 RTC buses flying in the city of Hyderabad. Out of these 3,800, all of them currently are either based on diesel or biofuel. We are slowly going to phase them out, and in the first phase, we are bringing in 500 electric vehicles in the next 6 months. Eventually the goal is to ensure that all the 3,800 plus vehicles in Hyderabad, RTC buses in Hyderabad, are completely replaced by the electric vehicles. I'm also happy to share with you that today, in fact right after this initiative, right after this program, in Necklace Road in People's Plaza, we are launching 100 electric vehicles just to focus on sanitation within our city. Eventually the goal again is to ensure that we replace all the sanitation vehicles, including the auto tippers, including the refuse compactors and other large vehicles, to be completely reliant on electricity. Another very important initiative of the Municipal Corporation of Hyderabad is the Black Bag Initiative for waste collection in households and colonies. We have color-coded these bags: green for bio waste, red for metallic waste, and black for plastic waste. This is an initiative that is also being announced. Eventually the goal again is to see Hyderabad as one of the most progressive cities in India, which reduces the consumption of plastic, which is detrimental to our country and our world as well. Another very exciting initiative of Government of Telangana, Harita Haram, is basically to ensure we increase our green cover. Also 59 forest blocks adjoining in the Hyderabad Metro Development Authority are being developed, are being groomed with an outlay of nearly 320 crore rupees. The last two things I'll talk about. I was in Minnesota last year in the United States. I met the governor of Minnesota. He told me very proudly, with a smile on his face, he said, "We are called the land of 10,000 lakes." I smiled back and I told him, "Sir, we are a land of 46,000 lakes." Under this extremely ambitious program and a brainchild of our Honorable Chief Minister, a program called Mission Kakatiya, we are restoring and rejuvenating more than 46,000 lakes and tanks in the state of Telangana. We are not only desilting them, we are strengthening them, we are reviving them. We have already completed nearly 60% of the goal, but we are on our way to do more. Even in the city of Hyderabad and adjoining areas, we have thousands of lakes, and within GHMC we have nearly 185 lakes. Under the Urban Mission Kakatiya program, we have taken up 40 lakes to begin with an outlay of 541 crores. You will start seeing a lot of results. In fact, as you come from Uppal to your campus, you would have seen a lot of work happening on Nalla Cheruvu in Uppal. You will see a lot more lakes being beautified. You will see a lot more lakes being taken up, cleaned up. I know there are issues. I know there are issues to be tackled. I know there are many, many things to be done. But we've just begun in the city, and I assure you, all the lakes in the city, in a phased manner, will be taken up, and this government is committed. Have been repeatedly receiving from your team and from your management is about creating more infrastructure around this campus. I'm happy to share with you that your commute time from Uppal or other parts of the city in the next 1.5 years is going to come down drastically, because we've already launched the skyway from Uppal all the way to Narapalli. So that would bring down. This would be completed. This is a joint effort of Government of India and the state government. This is a project that is being done with about 1,400 crore of rupees, out of which the state government is spending nearly 750 crores, and this project will be completed in the next 1.5 years. So hopefully your commute time would come down. The second thing I also wanted to make sure I mentioned here, we are connecting the MMTS, the multimodal train system that we have in our city, all the way to Yadadri, passing again very close to your campus. That should also ensure that you have another way to connect, another way to reach your campus in time. I've also been asked by your team here to create a better connecting road from the main highway into your campus here. I assure you, whatever it takes and whatever money is required, I'll get it to you from the Hyderabad Metro Development Authority, and we'll improve that connectivity as well. And the last thing I'll mention, as part of Telangana government efforts to improve our tier 2 locations, Warangal is a very important town for us. And this campus of yours is en route Warangal. Are there any people from Warangal here? Lots of them. I was just telling Praveen because he is a Bangalorean. And Praveen, I'm very sorry to hear that, yeah? Bangalore, like how Mysore is to Bangalore. See, I can't take digs at a company which is headquartered in Bangalore and which is headed by Mr. Narayan Murthy, but still, we are in Hyderabad, so let me talk about Hyderabad. Praveen, let me remind you, I know you travel quite a bit. Let me remind you that compared to the humidity in Chennai, the traffic in Bangalore, thank you. The smog in Delhi, we win hands down without a question. I'm delighted your campus is growing. I've just been informed that your campus is growing and growing at a furious pace. Nari just told me the numbers. I was mighty impressed. How many thousand you said? 20,000 now and growing to? Manisha tells me it's 20,000 now, but she also tells me, correct me if I'm wrong, she also tells me it's going to be 40,000. So, is that right? Okay, I also got Praveen to sign off on that, please remember. What I would make a request to you, Praveen and Nari, is Warangal is a very important city for us. Hyderabad-Warangal corridor has been already declared as a very important industrial corridor from Government of Telangana. We are making an effort to improve infrastructure in each and every node, in Jangaon, in Bongir, in Aler, in Station Ganpur, etc., all the way leading up to Warangal. My request to you is, like how Mysore is to Bangalore, Warangal is going to shape up in the same way to Hyderabad. We are making every effort to improve infrastructure en route and also in Warangal. It's a very important town for us. My request to you is, Tech Mahindra has already agreed to set up a campus in Warangal. Cyient is setting up a campus in Warangal. So obviously you know my request. I think Infosys as part of your strategy. You've set up a campus in Bhubaneswar. You've set up a campus in Mysore, a large campus in Mysore. You've set up a campus in Jaipur, if I know correctly. And I know you also have set up campuses elsewhere in India in smaller towns. My request to you is, if you can consider setting up a smaller campus, if not as big, a smaller campus in Warangal, which is going to be an extremely important destination for us. The local ecosystem is very strong. We have more than 16 engineering colleges in Warangal. We also have an NIT in Warangal, the National Institute of Technology. We're very proud of the fact that it is headquartered there for a very long time. So my request to you is to enable further growth of the local ecosystem in Warangal. I think you should consider setting up a campus of Infosys there as well. Nari, thank you. Nari also tells me that the attrition in comparison to Infosys Bangalore and Infosys Hyderabad is much lower here. So our guys here are much more happier living in the city and also working here. I think it will continue to remain that way for a while. The last thing I'll point out to Praveen, which I think is extremely important. Praveen, the workforce in Bangalore today, not just in Infosys, but in entire information technology industry there, more than 40% of that workforce actually hails from Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Point I'm obviously trying to make is, given an opportunity, I'm sure these guys would love to come back to Hyderabad and work here. So the more you invest in Hyderabad, the more you develop in Hyderabad, the more supportive I think the local ecosystem and the local government would be. So I'm delighted that you're growing. I'm delighted that you've given me an opportunity to put you in a spot right here. But nevertheless, and thank you, Eric, for giving me this opportunity. I've been looking for an opportunity to visit Infi campus for the last 4 years. The blame is on Nari for not inviting me here, not mine. Now that I'm here, I thought I'll also make a case, a very strong case, for Hyderabad and expansion of Infosys in Hyderabad and also Warangal. And once again, I reiterate my commitment, our government's commitment, to ensuring that on this World Environment Day, we are committed not just to greening our city, greening up our state, but also reduce, reuse and recycle, which has been the RRR mantra that I think the UN has been espousing. Thank you very much. Good day to you all.
ఏంటండి వీడియో నచ్చిందా? అయితే ఓ లైక్ వేసుకోండి, లేదంటే ఓ కామెంట్ చేయండి. ఎప్పటికప్పుడు మా వీడియోస్ చూడాలంటే సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి.